In today's update, we are covering Hezbollah's increased activity in Lebanon, escalation in the Gaza Strip, Houthi attacks on commercial vessels, Iranian influence in Iraq, U.S. CENTCOM operations in Yemen, U.S.-Israel relations and sanctions, and political developments in Iran. Lebanese Hezbollah has significantly escalated its activities in northern Israel. Since June 13th, Hezbollah has launched 22 attacks, including rockets and drones, targeting Kiryat Shmona and other areas. The IDF has intercepted many of these threats and retaliated with airstrikes on Hezbollah's military infrastructure in southern Lebanon. This surge in hostilities raises the specter of a broader conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. What are the implications of Hezbollah's increased activity for regional stability? The continuous exchanges of fire between Hezbollah and Israel underline the volatility in Lebanon and the potential for wider regional conflict if the situation deteriorates further. Palestinian militants intensified their attacks on Israeli forces in the Gaza Strip. On June 14th, Hamas fighters detonated a rigged building in eastern Zaytoun, resulting in the deaths of multiple Israeli soldiers. This incident followed a series of rocket and mortar attacks targeting Israeli positions. In response, the IDF conducted airstrikes against Hamas targets, escalating the conflict further. How might this intensification of hostilities affect future peace negotiations? The ongoing violence between Hamas and Israel highlights the fragile nature of the ceasefire and raises concerns about the prospects for a long-term resolution to the Gaza conflict. The Houthis launched multiple attacks on commercial vessels in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. On June 13th, they struck the MV Verbena with anti-ship cruise missiles, causing significant damage and forcing the crew to evacuate. On June 14th, another vessel was targeted, leading to another evacuation. These incidents underscore the Houthis' increasing maritime aggression and the threat they pose to regional shipping lanes. What measures can be taken to enhance maritime security in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden? The international community must address these rising threats to prevent further escalation and ensure safe passage for commercial vessels. The Islamic resistance in Iraq, supported by Iran, claimed responsibility for 2 drone attacks on Haifa, Israel. On June 15th, the IDF intercepted an aerial target launched from the east towards Israel. This event underscores Iran's significant influence in regional conflicts through its proxies in Iraq. How crucial is Iran's role in escalating tensions across the Middle East? The increasing involvement of Iranian-backed groups in direct attacks on Israel highlights the broader strategic aims of Iran in the region, and the potential for these proxies to destabilize further the already fragile geopolitical landscape. U.S. CENTCOM carried out extensive operations against Houthi targets in Yemen on June 14th. They destroyed 7 Houthi radar sites, several unmanned surface vessels, and drones. These operations aim to reduce Houthi capabilities and secure vital maritime routes in the region. How effective are these military interventions in mitigating the Houthi threat? The consistent targeting of Houthi infrastructure by CENTCOM underscores the ongoing U.S. commitment to regional stability and the protection of international shipping lanes from Houthi maritime aggression. Continued vigilance and military action are deemed necessary to neutralize these threats effectively. The U.S. recently sanctioned the Israeli Tzav 9 group for obstructing humanitarian aid convoys to Gaza. This action reflects the ongoing friction between the U.S. and Israel regarding Gaza's humanitarian situation. What impact could this have on U.S.-Israel relations? The sanctions on Tzav 9 underscore the U.S.'s stance on ensuring humanitarian aid reaches Gaza, potentially straining the bilateral relations with Israel. The situation calls for diplomatic efforts to balance security concerns with humanitarian needs, aiming to prevent further deterioration of the U.S.-Israel relationship amid ongoing regional conflicts. Iranian political dynamics are heating up as the 2024 presidential campaign begins. Hardline candidate Saeed Jalili launched his campaign, promising to continue former President Ebrahim Raisi's policies. In contrast, reformist candidate Masoud Pezeshkian is advocating for economic reforms and criticizing the regime's current stance. How might these political developments influence Iran's future? The stark differences between the hardline and reformist candidates could lead to significant shifts in both domestic and foreign policies, depending on the election's outcome.